Hello from Würzburg and greetings to our sister city of Rochester. My name is Valerie and I'd love to show you a little bit of my chosen hometown of Würzburg. The River Main flows through Würzburg and I'm standing on a bridge that used to be the only bridge for many miles, and being a crossing point of the river it brought a huge amount of traffic across from one side to the other, but now it's reserved for pedestrians and cyclists and it's become a favourite place for locals and for visitors alike to stand and enjoy the beautiful postcard views, preferably with a glass of the local wine in your hand, crisp, dry and white, and from here you can enjoy views of the vineyards. There's a curtain of vineyards coming down to the edge of the city, and behind me the beautiful fortress Marienberg, and up there that's where the ruler of this region used to live. Würzburg used to be a capital city of a state called Franconia, and he lived up there for many hundreds of years. Now later on we'll be seeing a garden, and that's in a park that just is along to the side of the fortress up there. Now we'll head towards the shopping area for our next stop. The marketplace lies in the middle of the pedestrianised centre of the old part of Würzburg, and here it's a hub of activity. There's a market every day where you can buy fresh local produce from the local farmers, and then there's lots more space for any fests and fairs that go on throughout the year. And everything is surrounded by historic buildings. In particular, behind me you see the Marienkapelle, a church dedicated to St. Mary, and the figures up there have been watching what's been going on for the last 500 years. So I'm standing now to the side of the cathedral. The cathedral is dedicated to St. Kilian, a monk who was here bringing Christianity to the people of Franconia in the 7th century. The cathedral was started much later than that though. It started in 1040, took nearly 150 years to build the thing, and then it wasn't long before somebody wanted to improve on it, so there are various renovations and additions over the centuries. The most recent one though was after the Second World War. Würzburg was firebombed by the British and parts of the cathedral had to be rebuilt and the interior completely renovated. But what survived, amongst other things, are the towers up there. The facade that you see today is just about exactly the same as what people were seeing when it was first built, because not much has changed here. You just have to take off the pinnacles from the top of the towers, take away the clock and the round window, and there you have the facade that's been greeting people to Würzburg throughout the centuries. I showed you a view of the fortress up on the hill earlier on, where the ruler of Franconia lived for hundreds of years, but then in the 1700s he moved into the town because he'd built himself a nice little new house, the residence. And this is now regarded as one of the finest examples of Baroque, you may say Baroque, architecture in Europe, and it was designated as a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1981. And included these lovely gardens here. Then if you want the 4D Baroque experience, then you have to come here during the annual Mozart Fest, and then you can hear the music to go with this wonderful view. So from one garden to the next, and as promised, we're here in the park that was laid out as a garden show in 1990. It runs along the side of the old fortress up on the hill in what was the moats in earlier days. And although we're thousands of miles apart, I feel very close to you here because as a present to the city of Würzburg from our friends in Rochester, we have a garden that represents New York State and Rochester. So a little bit of history. We have a wonderful totem pole here. I wonder if anybody recognises the faces on that from 30 years ago. And also a log cabin. And then we have, of course, lilac bushes, which bloom every year so beautifully. We too could celebrate Lilac Sunday with you. So I hope that we can meet one day in person and I can show you a little bit more of the lovely city of Würzburg. Until then, all the best and auf Wiedersehen.
Nous serons heureux de vous revoir à Würzburg.
We are looking so much forward to meet you again in Würzburg.
Wir freuen uns, in Würzburg wiederzusehen.